What's up, disc golfers? Joe here with Joe's Disc Golf, and continuing the series on how to properly stretch, warm up, cool down, get yourself all physically ready for tournament, for disc golf. We're going to continue that here with the disc golf cool down and how to properly do a cool down. Now, in a previous video, which I will link right up here, we talked all about how to properly warm up. And that is a huge factor in how to play your best, whether it is a casual round, a tournament round, whether you are a novice player, a rec player, a pro player, doesn't matter who you are, you need to absolutely go ahead and do a full warm-up if you want to perform at your best. Now, how else do you perform at your best? Well, that is as simple as doing a proper cool down. Now, a proper cool down gets your body from going a million miles an hour down back to your normal pace. Now, disc golf is not as intense as, say, going out and wrestling or MMA fighting or running a marathon. You might not think marathon running is an extreme sport, but it is actually pretty hard on your body. Bringing it back to disc golf, though, you want to be able to perform your best for that next round, for that next tournament, and doing so, you're going to have to stretch your body. Now, disc golf involves a lot of walking over a lot of different terrains. You could have your, Schoaf Park, which is a local open course right around here in the Fort Wayne area that is dead flat. You could have your Tillman Parks, which are kind of flat, kind of hilly, and you could have everywhere in between. You could have Toboggan up in Milford, Michigan, which you're literally going up and down ski slopes. So your calves, your hamstrings, your quads, you're going to be on fire. Not to mention, you need to properly stretch your core, properly stretch your shoulder, your arm, and all that fun stuff. And I'm going to show you how to do all of that. So let's just go over here. I like starting from the ground up, so we're going to start with some calf stretching. What I like to do, I like to find a step, a log, a stone, a stick, a something, even go up against your car, put your foot up against a tire, and go ahead and just lean into it. You want to go at this with a straight leg. So the leg I'm stretching is my right leg, is this leg right here. It's straight. My foot is up against the stair stepper. I can give you a little bit of a side view here. I put my foot right up like that, and then just lean forward until I feel that stretch all the way up the back of my calf. So I'm feeling that all the way through here. Big question is, how long do you hold that stretch? 30 seconds. 30 seconds is the optimal time to get the most out of the stretch before it becomes kind of pointless. Now, you might notice you're not very flexible in any or all parts of your body, but doing stretches like this after a tournament round every day, like before bed, that's a great option to do. Maybe not all these stretches, but a good majority of them. Generally speaking, everybody needs to stretch their calves, quads, and hamstrings and low back, which I'll go through all of those exercises here. Don't forget to do the other leg. If you're getting creative, if you're feeling extra saucy, you can do both legs at the same time. So I'll go ahead and I'll do that. This next one, there are two major muscles in your calf. Your gastroc, the big one that everybody sees, the big sexy one that everybody loves to make it pop on the beach, and then the soleus that does all the work. Well, not all the work, does about half the work. What you want to do to stretch that one, and this is the one when everybody says, my calf feels tight and I can't feel like I can stretch it, is what you're going to do is go up like you did before, get your leg right there, you're going to bend your knee and then lean forward. You're going to find a much different stretch here. Now, the straight leg, you'll feel that mostly up here. With your bent knee, just like this, you'll have your knee bent just like that. You're going to feel it much lower down here. And that is your calf stretch right there. 30 seconds, both legs, 2 different exercises. That's not too bad. A couple minutes there. The cool down is going to take longer than the warm up. As we work our way up from the calf to the hamstrings, very simple stretch here. One of the easier stretches that everybody knows how to do, doesn't know how to do it the right way. So what everybody does, they're like, okay, I'll touch my toes. Hamstring stretch, yeah, I'm kind of feeling it, not really. What you really should be doing is going from a side view here. You can look and you can see I'm curving my back. My back here is rounded. That's not what you want to do. What you want to do, get a nice tall straight back, pretend like you got some junk in the trunk, stick your butt out, and hold it. You're going to feel a stretch much higher up. And this is how you're going to stretch both hamstrings at the same time. Again, you go here, you hang for about 30 seconds, and then you're good to go. Get subscribed because later on, and if it is already later on and you're catching this, there'll be a workout video series linked up here in the card where I run through everything. We'll just go ahead and do everything. I'll have a timer, we'll have everything ready to go. So keep an eye out for that upcoming series and playlist on the Joe's Disc Golf YouTube page. So after we're done with the hamstrings, we're gonna go on the quads. Now, a lot of you are probably not that flexible, myself included. So you can go ahead, grab it. Last thing you wanna do is this. You don't wanna have your knee cocked out to the side like that, like you're peeing on a fire hydrant. You're not a dog, you're a person. You wanna keep that nice and straight. You wanna keep your knee down there. You'll feel that nice quad stretch here. Again, 30 seconds. If you don't have good balance, put your hand right here on a table, on a log, on a friend, on someone, doesn't matter. Ask consent first. Don't just touch them on the shoulder. It's not appropriate. And you'll go ahead and hold it for 30 seconds. Nice and easy quad stretch right there. As we move up, we're gonna work on the hip flexors. This is a huge area that needs to be stretched for 99.99% of the population, period. Disc golf or otherwise. So what you're going to do is what I'm going to do here. Get on a nice soft surface. You can do this on the tile, on hardwood floor. It's not gonna feel that comfortable. What you're going to do is get in a half lunge here, just like this. I've got my back leg right here. This is my right leg, is the one I'm going to stretch. So what you want to do is make sure your hips are straight forward. You're actually trying to thrust them straight ahead. And as you do that, you'll kind of lean forward and you'll feel a stretch from about here up to here. The muscle we're stretching actually attaches to the front side of your spine and to the front of your thigh bone, your femur. So what you're doing there is you're stretching that out. If you want to get even crazier, if you're not feeling like it's a great stretch, start leaning back and eventually you will feel it. Again, you'll want to switch legs, and just like the other side here, I'm pushing my hips forward, I'm leaning into it, and then I'm letting my torso fall backwards so I can feel that stretch. As you lean back like this, you want to go slow because you'll not feel it, not feel it, not feel it, boom, you're gonna feel it. And the last thing you wanna do is just throw back and then you're doubling over in pain, falling over. That's not a good thing to do. It also doesn't look good for me because I'm teaching you how to do these stretches. Again, like all of the other videos, if you have any questions, leave them in the comments. Hit me up on Reddit, Twitter, Instagram, all at Joe's Disc Golf. I will get back to you. I've been doing really well with trying to get back to everyone I can, and I really hope that I can continue that with you. Next, we're going to do a low back stretch. This is a really, really good one. This one, when I was in high school, many, many moons ago, we called these pretty boys. So, your right leg is straight. Your left leg is crossed over. You're gonna take your right arm, reach across like this, and twist until you feel that stretch. Again, you should not be doing this if you have any serious back injuries. Before you begin any of these exercises, make sure you have clearance from your doctor and you're healthy enough to do any of this. But this is a huge, huge exercise. If you have low back pain, this is a great, 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 great way to stretch your low back. Again, you want to hold this for 30 seconds. I like to switch to the other side here and go, all right, here we go. You will find that one side is far tighter than the other side. And that all depends if you're right-handed or left-handed, if you're throwing backhand or forehand, a whole bunch of factors in there. Either way, you will figure it out. And as you go, you kind of want to try to stay up straight, best you can, and just twist to the other side. Holding it for 30 seconds, switch back to the other side. You want to do this for a total of 3 times. That's pretty straightforward there. One last stretch you're going to do is stretching your abs. And that's a really, really easy stretch. You'll find a table, piece of ground, anything, get nice and comfortable, and take a nap. No, not really. What you're going to do is slowly push up like you're doing a push-up, keeping your pelvis kind of on the ground and just kind of letting everything sag and stretch out your ab muscles. Again, 30 seconds and relax. If you're feeling back pain with this, don't do it. Don't do it. Shame, shame, shame. Do not do that. Next thing we're going to do is stretch our upper body. So what you want to do is find a tree, find a wall, find a doorway. I conveniently have a doorway right over here. And what you're going to want to do, just because the way this doorway is set up, and I don't want to give my back to you this whole time, I'm going to be stretching my left arm, but the principles apply either way. What we want to do is stretch our pec. So this is the muscle that as we're doing a backhand, this muscle is slowing your arm down so you don't just dislocate your shoulder. It does a lot of eccentric work, which just means it slows down the muscle. Very, very simple way to put it, but that's just kind of how that goes. What you're going to want to do, humerus, I find this humerus right here at 90 degrees to your body. Elbow, also 90 degrees. And what you're going to do is slowly rotate away until you start to feel a stretch all through this area. And as you adjust your arm up or down, you'll stretch different parts. That's pretty straightforward, pretty easy right there. To move on to the back, so I will turn my back after I demonstrate how to properly do this exercise. You're gonna take your right arm, assuming you're right-handed. Again, you wanna do both arms just because you wanna be symmetrical. You don't want one arm to look goofier than the other. I mean, I'm pretty goofy looking to begin with, but I wanna minimize that as much as possible. I will take my right hand, bring it right across here, and depending on how tight you are, you may or may not feel the stretch here. And what I'm doing is stretching out a lot of the muscles in my shoulder blade, in that area there, holding it again for 30 seconds to help stretch everything out. You can also find a doorway, find anything like this, and just like before, you'll kind of come across. You can go ahead and take your hand, grab, and come across and rotate more. And so that's a pretty easy stretch right there. The next stretch I'm going to show you is going to be for a lot of the muscles up here. What you're going to do is behind your back, taking a look at that sweet logo, do have some merch up on joesdiscgolf.com/shop. And you can find this logo on a t-shirt or on a hoodie or on a coffee cup, on whatever you like. But what you're going to do is I'm going to take my right arm, because I'm right-handed, put it behind my back. I'm going to take my left hand, I'm going to grab my wrist, I'm going to pull across, and I'm going to gently drop my left ear to my left shoulder and rotate forwards and backwards until I find the spot of maximal stretching, which is going to be slightly different from everybody. But what we're trying to do is stretch out some of those rotator cuff muscles there. That is going to be huge. One of the last muscles you can stretch, muscle groups you can stretch, are going to be your elbow, wrist, forearm. I say elbow, wrist, forearm. A lot of the muscles that control your fingers, your hand, and your wrist are in your elbow all the way up here. This is where like tennis elbow, golfer's elbow, little leaguer's elbow, all that stuff comes into play. So what I want you to do is take your hand, reach straight out in front of you like this, grab your other hand, and gently pull back. The key here, making sure that your arm is at shoulder height. You're going to take and gently pull back, and what you're going to feel is a stretch all along the bottom here. To do the other side, we're going to do the same thing, arm all the way up, and gently pull down from the top. And you'll feel a whole bunch of stretching all through your forearm, your wrist, in this whole area. And that's it. You want to do both arms, 30 seconds, 3 times each for all the exercises in general. You want to do 3 times for 30 seconds. Again, don't forget to look out for either the card that was up earlier in this YouTube video, or you can go ahead and look at all the fun videos that Joe's Disc Golf has on our YouTube channel. I'll have workout playlists to help you get in better shape, help you to cool down, help you remember everything. Again, this is something I do on a daily basis because it is literally my job to help athletes perform at their best, to help keep them safe, to help recover from injury, to help prevent injuries. So all these exercises here are what I would recommend for any of my athletes at any time, any of my patients. So if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. Again, hit me up on Twitter, on Instagram, on Facebook at Joe's Disc Golf. You can find me on Reddit, u/Joe's Disc Golf. There is a Reddit page, r/Joe's_disc_golf. Words are hard. Couldn't get the subreddit I wanted. Working on that now. Yeah, it is one of those things, whatever. So those are my recommendations for stretches and all that stuff. Again, I am not your doctor. If you are hurt, if you are injured, I recommend go getting that checked out by an orthopedic specialist, whether that is a physical therapist, an athletic trainer, a sports medicine physician, an orthopedic surgeon. For my UK, Australia, not the United States people out there, a physiotherapist, most likely a sports physio would be your best bet. But generally speaking, a physiotherapist would be the best, and orthopedic surgeon, all that fun jazz. Thank you all for watching. I've been Joe. You've been awesome. If you get a great tree kick, don't forget to thank Treesus. And if you kick deeper into the woods, well, you need to reflect and repent because you have transgressed against Treesus. Thank you all for watching. See you later.